Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at this bad boy right here, which is the SN30 Pro Bluetooth Gamepad by the awesome folks at 8Bitdo. This is, I can tell you right now, probably my favorite third-party controller available for the Nintendo Switch right now. And I should make mention, you may not be able to see it in the video, but up here it actually lists that it's available for the Switch, Windows, Android, Mac OS, and Steam. But the reality is this really is a Switch controller. So I'm just going to go through this. It is a controller, right? So you'll have to bear with me that it's not going to be the most entertaining review of all time. But I really wanted to highlight this. I mentioned this in the Christmas video I did. Nice sturdy little box here. I mentioned this controller for a reason, and that reason is that it's freaking awesome. Okay, so you'll see that it has a USB cable in there. You got some instructions explaining how to turn it on and blah 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 blah. What's really cool is that if you flip it around, this is going to be impossible to see, but it actually tells you for each, like for Switch, for Mac OS, Windows, etc., it tells you what combination to use in order for your Bluetooth to pick up the controller. Now, what's so cool about this bad boy is once you get it, plug it in immediately, okay, to your computer, and go ahead and update the firmware. That is an absolute must, okay? You have to do that. And the reason why is because it'll improve the wireless, the rumble feature. It will improve the lag that was sort of there with the first version of this firmware, but that's all since been replaced. This is without a doubt, like I said, probably my favorite third-party controller that's on the market right now for the Switch. You actually have a screen capture button that will take screen grabs, but also videos. You have the home button, and this is actually brand new. Oh yeah. And here it is. Now you'll notice that for Super Nintendo fans, if I go like this, take a look at the buttons. You have convex and concave buttons, just like the original Super Nintendo controller. They do make this with a Super Famicom sort of color and button style and stuff. And that's pretty much all there is to this. Now I know this isn't a thrilling review here, but I really want to show you guys like everything that this does. These actually click in, and this is a ridiculously comfortable controller, guys. Like, I'm serious. This is absurd how comfortable this is. Especially, I know there's no, like, you know, nothing to hold on to here for this, like the PlayStation controller had and things like that. However, the truth is, the Switch really doesn't have that. Only if you're playing with the Pro controller will you get that. And honestly, it didn't really bother me. Like, at no point were my hands sore or anything like that. This one is a little bit, this stick is a little bit in the way sometimes. Like, you're gonna rub on it. So over time, you'll see that this is slowly going to probably get eaten away, just because like you don't actually play like this. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be just a little. It's just slightly. You're just slightly going to be touching this, but perfect access to absolutely everything. And this has become seriously my favorite of the third-party controllers for the Switch. It's absolutely awesome, and it feels perfect. Like, it's actually well made. It's strong, it's tough. It even has a gyroscope for motion, and it works perfectly well. The D-pad is the highlight here. It's a real D-pad, like the NES, seriously, and the SNES D-pad. That awesome D-pad, it's here, and it works beautifully. This works absolutely perfectly for all 2D games on the Switch. And like I say, I know I'm not talking about iOS, Android, and everything else, but it does work flawlessly with those platforms as well. But really, this was designed for the Switch. I mean, why else would you have these buttons here? And it works wonderfully. It works absolutely perfectly with all the 3D games as well, if you enjoy playing your 3D games like this. Now, for that, I'd still stick with the Pro controller myself, but this is still a remarkable controller in the sense that, like, let's say I was playing like Diablo, for example. It works perfectly well for Diablo. It really does. It works perfect for Diablo. It works perfect for other 3D games, and it works perfectly for 2D games as well. It's one of these controllers where you're just like, it's great. If you know you want to play 2D games more often, this is the sort of thing where I would highly recommend picking this up. And it's only around $50 or so, so it's not too bad. And like I say, it's not like some cheap controller. This is extremely well made. And I love how comfortable it is. It feels like the evolution of the Super Nintendo controller. And I said that during my unboxing video, well, my holiday video to thank Steven for the gifts that he got me, that Nintendo could have released something like this for the N64, and I think people would have been like, wow, this is amazing. I kid you not. Like, it really is that comfortable. So if you're interested in this, you can pick this up on Amazon or just a whole wealth of other stores. And like I said, it is available in other flavors, i.e. colors and button layouts. Well, not button layouts, but button design of the Super Famicom, if you prefer that. But since I'm North American and I played the Super Nintendo, this is pretty much perfect for me. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is just a quick look at the what is it called? The SN30 Pro Bluetooth gaming pad. All right, guys, you have yourself an awesome one, and thanks for watching.